Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in to the PSP Podcast, featuring your friendly host, Percussive 173, where PSP stands for Perc Spreads Positivity, where we educate.
The 3 E's, right? You can educate, you can entertain, you can be empathetic.
Have you encountered any gender-related obstacles or biases while building your career in content creation?
I would say the cyber stalking.
By bringing in the best of the best. You still do that, so let's not discount that. So what really made you go into streaming? What was that decision? What was that move that made you make, as I'm very sorry, I know I'm teasing you, but it's literally, it's one of those things that we can do. Post everywhere, post often, and do it your own way. And have fun. And have fun and be yourself.
Fine. Have fun, honestly. Like that, I love that so much because it's so true. Like, if you like the content you're making, like if you're watching it and you like it, you're not the only person.
From fitness to establish a new habit or a routine, what is your message to them?
Start with less than you think you need.
Too fitting. Would love to get some tips and tricks of the trade on like how you kind of do things in the cosplay field.
Yeah, I'd love to go into that, especially because like I've done a little bit of everything, right? So I've made some costumes, I've bought some costumes, I have my friends' old costumes, I've commissioned costumes, I like craft all kinds of things, but also I wear things. Like there's a whole smorgasbord if I do a little bit of everything when it comes to cosplay.
To VTubing and animation. This is something that I may want to get into. How should they start?
Ooh, I think everyone should start on YouTube. I think YouTube is going to be your best place for launching
metrics that creators should be paying attention to, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think, and like specifically with like VTubing, I think it's, I think all of that is like kind of like the difficulty level is like bumped up to like expert.
And our goal at the PSP Podcast is to educate and inspire aspiring creators. And we are super excited for this week's episode, and we can't wait to see you there. So let's have a freaking party! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into today's episode of the PSP Podcast, where I'm your friendly host, Percussive173, and this is where Perc spreads positivity. And today we're going to deep dive into the mindset, the grind, into real conversations that creators actually need. Because today I have a really special guest joining me, the amazing LadyAmelthea. And today we're going to be tapping into something that every creator, gamer, IRL content creator, and just genuinely a human being needs to deal with, and that's focus. It's a right mindset that's needed. And what happens when life gets loud? What happens like when we start seeing the stars and we're starting to hit burnout? And like this episode is all about slowing down the process in order to speed up the process while understanding the pressure that we put on ourselves, learning to balance the passion with rest while finding clarity in everything that we need. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome on in Miss LadyAmelthea. How we doing today? Welcome on into the podcast.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Having a good day. It's warm here today in Michigan, so a very rare warm day before it becomes like 6 months of winter. So
hey, we hate Michigan here. Let's go Ohio. OHIO. Let's go.
No, I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming into this episode of the PSP. I'm just kidding, of course. No, but.
And we're done.
No, I'm kidding. But we respect Michigan. Actually, funny story. I hate Ohio State. And a lot of the people from Ohio that come to my chat, they're like, "Boo, you're a dick." And I'm like, "Yep, welcome. I'm Percussive." And today's episode is now turned into Ohio State versus Michigan. But
well, we're actually we're Go Green. We are a Michigan State family, so yeah.
Hey, I actually respect Michigan State. They gave me a scholarship.
Oh, did they really?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah! See, Go Green, baby. That's awesome.
Absolutely. So why don't we tell everybody who you are, and let's get to know a little bit about you. So, LadyAmelthea, who are you, and why did you start streaming?
Awesome. My name's LadyAmelthea, obviously. So I've been streaming since 2020. The story is that I basically was part of like the influx of streamers back during COVID. Um, Earlier that year, though, before lockdown and before everything shut down, in January of 2020, I had decided, I was like, I really think that streaming would be really cool, and I want to try it and see what happens. Because I had been playing a lot of Fortnite on my Switch, and I had a lot of fun doing that and playing with other players online. And it was just the way that we interacted was really funny. And I was like, this could be great content. So I played League of Legends one time for 45 minutes in January of 2020, and then I didn't pick it up again until July of 2020. And that's, I don't know, I started playing Animal Crossing, and it just kind of developed into, I didn't realize that just chatting was a category. So I turned into a just chatting streamer. And I also was doing, I'm a stained glass artist, and I was doing that on stream as well. So I had a phone set up in my basement, and I would do my stained glass just live from my phone until my phone died. So and then just, from there, just kind of, found out how to build, Discord community and things like that. And now we have Whimsy Coffee Co. And I just really wanted to just create a space that was, comfortable for people, and just have a place to hang out. And kind of just have gone through different seasons of it, stained glass. And now I'm currently playing through all of the Legend of Zelda games, and I'm on Majora's Mask right now.
That's awesome, as I am a massive Zelda fan myself. In
Heck yeah.
Rio, unfortunately, we don't have the 6-7 notifications that you usually get when my
Good.
So we actually, LadyAmelthea and I kind of have an ongoing joke where I was part of one of the raid trains during the TwitchCon FOMO party, and pretty much I was trolling everybody in the chat by pretty much typing 6-7, to the point where everyone raided into my stream. I added the 6-7 notification so that everyone
Hated it.
Yeah, it was so great.
I
So
hated it.
in the rest, and also high options, I'm a troll.
You really committed to the bit. You committed to the bit for sure. Oh, that's my
Mhm.
husband. Options. Hello.
Hello, and thank you for the follow. But so honestly, it's really cool to see like a creator that actually started during COVID, worked their way through, and like kind of evolving into the place where you're at right now. You have some really cool tidbits that you put into play. Like even with your BRB screen, it's not your standard BRB screen. Like you actually have advertisements that you created, and those are really awesome. And like it's really cool to me to like go into different streamers chats. I'm a heavy lurker. You'll never know when I'm actually there. I'm sorry, I'm not the type of person who wants to be known. I'm the type of person who likes to watch, and then because I usually have people on when I'm editing and doing all that jazz. But I digress. What I mean by that is like, it's really cool to see streamers have their own unique interims that go into their own production. It goes into their own streams, because every stream is a production that we're putting on, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a gaming event, whether it be whatever we're doing. It's a production, and we have to know how to do that. It's one of the many hats that all of us streamers have on a day-to-day basis. So what does focus look like in your life right now, and how do you think it directly affects the world of content?
Right. So it's a big question.
Yes, it
Focus is especially, I feel like, okay, so I'm gonna kind of get a little deep into this, but
Yeah,
I
go
feel
for it.
like every single streamer has ADHD. We all have ADHD, and we all like all of the different things going on because everything stays new for us, right? So it's hard to stay focused, but it also is easy to stay focused with streaming because everything is so new all of the time, and you're learning new things all of the time. Right now for me, for focus, I guess I have a day job, and I used to be full time. So when I started streaming, I was working for like a Fortune 500 company, and I was working in like a purchasing role, and it was very busy. And I got burnt out really, really badly during that job even before I started streaming. And streaming was sort of just like my like outlet, just sort of like a hobby. I did a lot of charity streaming, and I still do a lot of charity streaming, but it was more focused on like I wasn't doing it as like a job. It was just like, here, there, whatever. But I really fell in love with it over time. And as I got to know different people and seeing people doing it like full time, I was like, oh, this is something I might be able to do. And then I quit my Fortune 500 job. And then I went to go work with my friend, and then worked full time for about a year and a half, and then I went down to part time so I could focus more on content creation and Twitch in general. So it's like I have certain days set aside. Like Wednesdays are my like day off of streaming, and I work my day job in the morning until about noon, and then the afternoon is focused on like admin things, like answering emails for stream editing, doing clips and stuff like that. So it's really important to me to have like a set schedule. Like there are my stream days, and then there's the days that I don't stream. Like my weekends I typically don't really stream unless there's like an event going on, like this obviously I made time for, and we do the raid trains every so often. But it's just it's making the time, and I had to make the time, and I made the choice to go part-time at my job so I could focus on it. So that's kind of where I'm at. And it goes up and down, and some weeks are easier than others, and some months are harder, and you know you just have to keep your head in the game, I guess. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's definitely super important to like think about like the focus when you're doing so many different things, because as a creator we're
Hmm.
juggling so much on a day-to-day basis, whether it be like our personal lives, whether it be family time, whether it be our full-time jobs, because a lot of people forget that the majority of content creators and streamers also have full-time jobs,
You
because
have to.
you have to initially, but I mean there's
Hmm. Yeah.
levels to like the ideal structure of the creation of your own brand and business to be able to allow
Hmm.
yourself to market professionally, to be able to get back the money that's needed. And
Hmm.
shout out to Pink, who joined the podcast the other day, who pretty much dove into the business aspect behind marketing and content and how to properly market yourself. It's really cool to get to talk to different creators to pick their brain, because like content is such a vast thing. There's different
Hmm.
levels to everything. Whether you're just starting out trying to create your brand, whether you're in a position like me where I've been streaming for over 5 years and most people don't even know, because we're trying to navigate algorithms and push our content in different ways and find things that work. And then you have the people who've made it work, who are known, and turn it into a full-on business, whether it be with affiliate marketing, whether it be with like being partners in the creation of your own community and brand. Like there's so many different levels to things, there's so many different hats that we're juggling.
Hmm.
So in that being said, it's really easy to burn out as a creator, so
Hmm.
because we have to manage a schedule. So when was the first time you realized that burnout was affecting you as a creator? Because it
Oh my
definitely
gosh.
falls into the focus mindset here.
So I'm sure that it happened before, but I had an event earlier this year. It was after DreamHack Dallas, and I had been doing, like I said, I was a stained glass. I am still a stained glass artist, but that was my main form of content on Twitch. As I was live streaming the process of stained glass. I was taking commissions. I still am taking commissions, but I'm just not streaming it anymore. But that was my main focus, was stained glass. And then I went to DreamHack Dallas, and then I'm not sure what happened, but when they talk about convention like fatigue, or convention like the blues that you get after the convention, like you get a little bit depressed, like you see so many people and you're interacting and you're learning so many new things. And it definitely hit me really, really hard. And I had been going pretty hard, on content, and changed up my schedule, and was streaming like almost every day during the week. And then when I got back from DreamHack Dallas, I was streaming, and I realized that I was like, I feel so stuck. Like I don't feel like my content is entertaining. Like I don't feel like I'm doing a good job. Like I'm not making clips. Like I'm not doing all of the outside stuff that I'm supposed to be doing, right? Like you have to be posting on social media every day. You have to be posting clips every single day, so I really took some time off. It was like a week and a half, like, but that's a lot of time for a streamer, right? Like if you walk away from your regular schedule, it's like there's this thing in the back of your mind that's like, oh my God, everybody's going to forget about me. But I took some time off and I really just like sat with what it was that I wanted as a Twitch streamer. Like I don't really necessarily like the word content creator is what I am, but like I'm a Twitch streamer. Like that's where I do all of my content is live on stream. I try my best to do all of the offline stuff, but I realized that I was not doing things that were making me happy. And I really wanted to, I had this idea in my head that I really wanted to play through all of the Legend of Zelda games. And I just really wanted to do that. And I really wanted to play video games on stream because I was enjoying that more than doing the stained glass, which I love doing. I love my craft, but I had realized that I was like, okay, I'm burning myself out. I'm really like pushing myself too much. So then I had changed the schedule to where I had Wednesdays off, and I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm like scheduling time for myself to make sure I'm doing the things that I need to do, and scheduling time for me to make sure that I'm resting, which I think a lot of streamers don't do. I think that we get into the grind, and I mean, I'm not perfect at it. I'm a lot of times like right after stream sitting there for 2 hours trying to clip things and do that kind of stuff, but yeah, so that's, I think, was the big time that I saw that I was getting burnt out with content creation. And yeah, so I changed up my schedule, and here I am now, and I'm starting to feel a little bit of burnout now lately. But I feel like that always kind of comes around the holidays too, and viewership goes down, and then you kind of get in your head and you think you're doing things wrong, and then you're burning yourself out because you're trying to do too much, when ultimately it's just like you need to just make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? So
You mentioned a lot of really great things here. And like one of the things in regards to conventions that people miss is that the majority of socially heavy interaction in arenas like conventions, it causes depression. So imagine like you're in our position, right, as streamers, and we go to a convention that like as streamers, we relatively isolate ourselves a lot. It's a very
yeah.
lonely industry. We're doing a lot of things on our own. We're doing a lot of things ourselves because 95% of what content creation is introspective work. What I mean by that is you're looking back on the stuff that you're posting, you're identifying your own analytics, you're looking back on the stuff that you're putting out and seeing what's going on. And when you go from like a socially isolated area or arena, and then you go into a convention, which is ridiculously socially heavy, and you see people who are like, oh my God, you're amazing. I love your shit. You're so great, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, whoa, it's like mind fuck here, It's like we're getting to a position where everybody is like wanting to see us and interact with us, but we get used to that to an extent. And then when we leave it, we miss it, but we also don't crave it. It's like a weird psychological thing that causes us to go through depression. And it's not just that. It's like we really, as creators, want to put together the best possible product for you. And I was in an unfortunate situation over the past month where I went through the convention stuff. First convention as a creator, had a lot of really positive social interactions. And then life hit me like a bag of bricks because my father went through surgery, and now I have taken care of my family, adding something else onto the already busy schedule that I wanted to make from creating content from the convention. So it's a whole thing, and I actually haven't been able to post on either of my channels in almost 3 weeks. And it's not because I don't want to do it. It's not because I'm taking a step back. It's because like I'm going through post-con depression. I'm going through family matters. I'm going through internal why is my content not pushing? So I did post my first Black Ops 7 video, and on TikTok it got 9 views in 12 hours. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? But then you look at YouTube and Snapchat, and it's got 14,000 views in an hour, and I'm like, what the fuck, TikTok? So another message that we have from that is like, every platform's algorithm is completely different, and you can't let the numbers get you down, because if TikTok doesn't see you posting, they're going to throw you into this viewer basket, or the shadow ban, or the 200 view jail, or what, all the stuff that they're trying to make you see. The moment you start seeing the 200 view jail ad videos, where it says, hey, promote and you can have more people watching your shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a smack in the face, but at the same time, it's like, all right, cool. So TikTok now views me as a viewer. And how do you get out of that? You get out of that by continuously posting consistently every single day for the time span of 3 to 4 weeks. Then they'll take you from the viewer channel and post you in the content basket. And then they'll start pushing yourself even more. It's literally, the world of content is all about consistency when it comes to growth. And a lot of people don't see that growth, and or they get thrown backwards, even though it's not technically backwards. It's just how your life is going, and they have negative mindset on it. And seeing those numbers causes burnout. So it's a lot to take in and a lot to understand, but that's kind of where I'm at in my content creation journey.
Yeah, and I think that what you're talking about, like your family situations, and like we all have that going on behind the scenes. And
Yes.
like we talked about earlier, it's like we all have jobs. We all have
Mm-hmm.
jobs that we have to do, and people don't see that. And so it's really hard because I don't care what you're doing as a Twitch streamer or a content creator. It is a full-time job. If
Mm-hmm.
you have a part-time job, if you have a full-time job, putting streaming on top of that is a full-time job. Staying
Yes.
consistent with a schedule on Twitch is really hard. It's really, really difficult for people to stay, especially when you have a job, when you have family things going on. You have to tend to those things. And Twitch in content creation is you are employing yourself. So when things come up that are important, like taking care of your father, that takes precedence over other things. And you can't necessarily step away from your job that is giving you a paycheck every single month or 2 weeks, however often you get paid. You can't necessarily step away from that. So streaming and content creation is the easiest thing to step away from, because it's like, it's just you. You are
Yeah.
the only person that you're depending on. Like the only person, I mean, your viewers will probably be let down if you don't go live, but it's like they understand too. When you build a community, it's like, and you're, telling them about your life, it's like they understand, when you have to go off for a day, but it's still scary. It's still
Yes.
terrifying. Like I was saying, like it took a week and a half off and I was like, oh my God, everybody's going to forget about me. But yeah, so I think it's just, the thing is that people don't see all of the stuff that's happening behind the scenes, and I think that that's really important. Some people don't like to drop the curtain and don't like to like, what do they call it, like the fourth wall, like Deadpool, like they don't necessarily like want people to see behind the curtain, and that's fine if that's the type of content that you're creating. But for me, I've found that sharing my experiences and talking about them openly is like, people are drawn to that, and people like to talk about these things. And I have a lot of viewers who are streamers as well, and they can relate to the things that I'm talking about. And so that's a whole other thing, is like, oh well, I'm not supposed to be talking about the numbers, I'm not supposed to be talking about the hard time that I'm having right now, but it's real, and that's my lived experience. And I think it's really important for people to know that, not just for me, but for the streamers that are not dropping that curtain.
Yeah.
These are people, like we are people, we have lives, and we have things that are going on, and this is like live, like we're live on the internet and things are happening as we're live. So yeah, I just think yeah, people just need to make sure that they remember that too, and giving yourself some grace too, when it's like there's just things that you have to do sometimes, and sometimes too, in your day job, if something happens to a family member, you have, they give, most jobs, give time for, family care or bereavement, or whatever. And so it's like, it, it's
There's
just
a
easier to
lot.
walk away from content creation
And
I
like
think, than anything else. So
it comes with like a level of
yeah.
priority. And like for
Mhm.
every streamer, we have to prioritize everything within our lives. And people
Yep.
try to say like the weird mindset of like, oh, we have a mask. No, I mean, sure, we may put on a mask when
Yeah.
we're live, but it's not all about the mask. There's a lot of things that you guys aren't
Yeah.
going to see. We're all human beings here. And everybody who creates content, everybody who is a streamer, everybody who wants to push themselves and immerse themselves in the world of content, like we are just human beings. We're trying to do what we can do and the best thing that we can do, and we have to remember that for ourselves. Like, even if we're going into
Mhm.
the content world, burnout is going to happen. It is 100% going to happen. We're never going to avoid it. But we also have to think about it. Like, sure, it's fun. We play video games. We talk to people. We make connections. We do certain things. But we have to make sure that we're focusing on our interpersonal lives. We have to focus on
Absolutely.
the Evan outside of the Perc. We have to focus on our actual day-to-day lives. We have to and that's a whole thing about mental strength that we have to have as content creators. And when we bring up focus and conversations and stuff like that, our mental mindset is it's what we make of it. So this is actually a perfect podcast episode coming off of what I'm currently going through, because I'm coming off of a 3-week hiatus. I don't even want to say it's a hiatus, but it's like I'm trying to post and make content. I just haven't had time to sit down to edit. Like, I literally, I'll still go live. I'll still have the content to make, but I just haven't been able to edit it. Like, I have 3 years worth of podcasts to turn into shorts. So, and that's great, but I don't want to pay someone to do it because I want to do it my way, because my way is the way that makes things happen. So, what do you personally do to reset your mindset, to allow yourself to have that mentality? What's something you like to do?
What do I like to do? Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So this is so funny. I was just thinking about this last night, and like, so yesterday I'm a bath person. I like to take baths to like wind down. I took a bath last night, and while I'm in the bathtub relaxing, I'm putting together my schedule for next week, right? Like, I'm on my phone, I'm doing all of these things to, I'm still working essentially, but I love it, right? So it's just like, I don't know. The things that I like to do, my husband and I go camping every year. I do like to kind of go outside and go be in nature. And I shut off when I go on a vacation or something. Like, I try my best to make sure that I'm unplugged from Discord, or unplugged from Twitter, or unplugged. And that might be to my detriment, right? Because it's like, we feel like we need to be constantly on. We need to make sure that we're making posts and engaging with people and networking all at the same time. But yeah, so I like to watch a lot of TV too. So I like to binge watch a show. So that's a real self-care thing for me to do. But yeah, so if I don't do those things, then I will burn out. And I mean, I think you would still burn out even if you are scheduling these things, because we can go so hard sometimes. But yeah, I make sure to schedule time for myself to make sure that I'm resting and unplugging from, even if it's just for a few hours. It's like, just put the phone down, watch just some TV, go for a walk. My husband and I, every Thursday, we do date night, and I just completely unplug and we just spend time together, right? So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So
I do a lot of things to reset. And one of the biggest things that I do is I'll play games offline by myself. I won't be in a Discord call. I won't be there. And I will genuinely just be offline. I will play games. Sometimes I'll be in the Discord. And so sometimes what I do is I'll be in the Discord. I'll mute and I'll deafen so people can join, people can watch, people can type to me. But I genuinely, what I do is I focus on myself during that time. I'm still doing something to engage with the community, but I am focusing on myself. In chat, we do see you. We love you. Welcome on in, everybody. You guys are amazing. And if you aren't following LadyAmelthea, you damn well better should. But shout out over. We're not doing another one. I'm kidding. $5. No, I'm still kidding. But I will do things that will focus on myself. And allow myself to literally get out of that mental funk, to push myself forward and do other things. And as a COD creator, Call of Duty is, how can I explain it? COD sucks. It really takes a mental toll on you.
Don't understand, you guys. I will never understand the COD community.
It's so crazy to try to use COD as a way out. I'll mute the voice chat in game. I won't hear people. I'll just snipe. I'll do things on my own, and I'll play my own games. And then another thing that's super important: remember why you first started streaming in the first place.
Exactly. Yes.
And for me, that is to make a genuine impact with everything that I do. And Perc is a very weird soul. I don't care if I have 1 million followers, 1 million viewers, 1 million chatters. It's not. That's not my goal. My goal is to make one person smile, make one person happy a day. And even if I'm depressed myself and I'm in my own head, if I could still do that, then I'm doing something great, and I'm doing something that is going to pull me out of my mental funk.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
mhm,
I think that's really important to remember. And this is something that I'm dealing with currently. Is I think people talk about this all the time. Content creators talk about this all the time. It's really easy to get lost in the numbers and getting lost in the climb, right? I want to be partner. I want to be Twitch partner. Like that's so it's like you get really lost in like, am I creating the best content that I can? Why are my numbers down? But I'm really glad that you said that because personally and selfishly, like it's a great reminder for me because I have the same goals, right? Is when I started streaming, I realized that what I wanted to do was I wanted to make one person feel less alone. Like I wanted to create a space where people could just come in, relax, chat about whatever they wanted to chat about, you know? So yeah, I agree with you. It's like getting back to basics and like why did you start streaming? That's
mhm,
why you loved it. And I said this on my stream the other day. I'm like, I don't want to care about the numbers anymore. I want to feel the way that I felt in 2020, 2021, 2022 even, that it was like I was just enjoying my time, you know. And I obviously care about the numbers because let's face it, that's part of this. The whole thing, you know, with content creation on any platform, how many people are looking at you, you know,
mhm.
but it's so easy to get so caught up in that you forget what your purpose was in the first place. So
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
important to take that introspection time and to take the time to focus on yourself and remember, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I here? It's to create genuine, authentic connections. And that's not everybody's goal, but it's, you know, why are you doing this for sure? So
I
I'm glad that you said
and
that.
like there's so many things that I repeat every single day when it comes to the podcast, and every single episode you're going to hear me say 95% of content creation and growth is introspective work. We
Hmm.
have to look back at ourselves and see what we're doing wrong, see what we're doing right in order to
Yeah.
properly grow.
Hmm.
We
Right.
have to um another thing is we have to be happy in order to grow, to create a community to allow people to
Yeah.
follow. Like if I come out here and I just am my own depressed self and I stream and I'm streaming depressed, you guys as the viewers are going to see that. Not only are you going to
Hmm.
see that, you're going to be like, "Oh, well, do I really want to follow him if he's not making me like happier? Am I really going to want to connect with them like if they're not seeming happy?" I mean, the pity follows are a thing. I mean, like, but to genuinely create a long-standing connection with someone, you have to have some sort of self-worth, self-happiness, and confidence
Hmm.
with what you're doing. And to do that, you have to go back to the basics and remember the basics and remember why you wanted to do that. You thrive off of
Hmm.
pity follows, but
Kiwi.
but um, but like the thing is, it's like
Everyone's journey is different. We'll just say.
yes, you have your own journey, and it is this is another thing I say every single
Yeah.
podcast episode. Content creation is a journey, and it is your journey. So make it what you want it. Make it the way you want it to
Hmm.
be. And
Yeah.
when the mentality is low, when the days that we're low, we have to remember and go back to the basics of why we started streaming. So
Hmm.
I
Yep.
get in that.
Exactly.
And my next question leading into that is why did you start streaming in the first place? You touched on it a little bit, but let's go into the full
Yeah.
mindset of it.
Yeah. So I have a friend. His name is Circus Act. He's also a
Oh,
streamer on Twitch. And
video
we
froze. Uno
oh
momento,
no.
por favor. We will fix that. Yeah, absolutely. We got you back.
Okay. So I had a friend. So okay. going back even further. So my husband, Options, he used to stream on Twitch. He used to play PUBG, and he was not. It was way back in the day when it wasn't like it is now. There was no affiliate status. He had emotes before, like there was no affiliate status at all. He had emotes in his channel. He didn't have all the bells and whistles where it's like we've all got like 800 stream decks and we're doing this, that, and flipping things around and whatever. And I always was really interested in the concept of doing something live and playing a video game live. And it was always something that I was interested in. But then in 2020, my friend Circus Act, he was like a Minecraft streamer. He did some other things too. He played League of Legends. He's actually the one who I streamed with in January of 2020, and it was crazy. So he helped me get set up, and I was in his stream one night and he was playing Minecraft and he was building a pirate ship in Minecraft. And I was having a couple drinks, it was just, just a random night during COVID. We're just at home, whatever. And I was just like in his chat, like saying like, this is like, I can realize how taboo this is now, but I was like, do you think I should stream? Like, do you think I should do this? Like, what do you think, like, you could help me or whatever? And he's like, oh my God, yeah. And so he introduced me to this community on Discord, and I didn't even realize that this was a thing. I had used Discord for Fortnite and stuff, but before we had voice on Switch, whatever. So I had been in Discord, and he introduced me to like the community aspect of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so much bigger than just playing video games online. Like these are people making connections, having like actual relationships with people, and building a community. So I started streaming just like as a way to like, oh, this would be really fun to like play Animal Crossing or like Fortnite and just do this. And then I quickly realized what kept me in it was the community curation aspect and creating that space for people to come and feel seen. And my approach to it is probably, I feel like it's maybe a bit different. I'm very open, and I'm very, very much, I talk about my lived experience. I talk about the things that I'm going through, my mental struggles, and I'm really big into mental wellness, and we talk a lot about that. And I graduated therapy this summer, but I was in therapy for probably about 3 or 4 years. And I talk about that a lot. But yeah, I guess what brought me to streaming was just like the fun of it, and just trying something new. And then what kept me was the fact that I was building real relationships with people, and I really enjoyed that part of it. And I have friends now that are closer to me than some people I've known for 20 years. These people know things about me, the real relationships and friends that I have. Spicy Town Hall and Tay Liddy, who were in your chat earlier. Those are two people that I feel I'm very close with now. And I met them. I would have known them had it not been for Twitch and streaming. These friends I never would have made. So I feel really like there was this whole new world that was opened up for me. So I was like, I found my people, So yeah, the community is definitely why. Oh, and there's Rhodey too. Sorry, Rhodey also.
The community is such a big
man.
part when it comes to the
Oh my
world
God.
of content.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. My friends all just showed up and chat. I'm like, I'm going to cry.
Because they
guys.
support you and you're amazing. And like genuinely, like when I've seen from your content from like when I met you, like your stuff is vibrant and it brings people in and it brings people close. And it's really, really cool to see. And that's why you have that community no matter what you want to do and no matter what you play. And it's really awesome to see. For me, why I started streaming is very, very basic. I used to be a viewer for the longest time, and I used to watch. So when I first got on TikTok during COVID, I saw Marie Angel, and I'm like, she plays COD. She's a sniper. She's badass. Her content was great. So I stopped by her stream, and she was one of the first people I ever followed on Twitch. And I was watching her content, watching her streams, and I'm like, oh my God, she's actually not faking the content. She's like genuinely playing and like destroying these kids in Warzone and with people, and it was really cool to watch and see. And then I started saying, you know what, there might be more people like Marie. So then I found Bad Bear Gamer and The Only Shady, and I started watching their streams. And this whole hodgepodge of thing is like, I love playing Call of Duty, and now I'm seeing all these people play Call of Duty, and they're doing it in very positive and having fun, and it's really cool, and they're making people smile, and they're having fun while they're doing it. So, continuing on that trend, I started playing inside of their Discord, starting to actually talk to them, starting to be a part of their community. Eventually became a moderator in the Only Shadies community, a VIP and Bad Bear Gamers community, a respected friend of Marie. And then I met Steffi Evans through it. And like all these different COD creators I started speaking to, eventually started talking to, eventually started networking with. And one of the days in Discord, someone was like, dude, you're fucking hilarious in Search and Destroy. And I'm like, why? I'm just saying things that I normally say, right? I'm just being myself. And they're like, dude, you're funny. You're goated. You should stream. And like, you're actually good at the game. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll give it a go. And I was really hesitant about it because I didn't want to put my name online. But then my buddy, I think it was Tyrone, he put me on his stream, voice cam underneath his. And people started coming into his stream a lot to see me. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this because you're already putting me on the spot here. So I'm going to start doing it myself. And I started creating a community of people, and I got to talk to some amazing creators throughout the process here. And like, for me, it's making one person smile a day. I just want to have fun. I want to turn a game that everybody hates into something that everybody is going to love. And now my content has changed and divulged to angry COD streamer dudes that are in the game on the opposite team, end up sending me friend requests, wanting to play with me, wanting to be a part of what I'm doing because I'm just making them laugh. I'm turning them into, or from like the worst of the worst, into just being happy, vibrant, and just having fun and realizing that it's not that serious. And it is so much fun to be able to put that style of content out there. And that's really ultimately why I started streaming, is just to have fun. And it's why I still play COD to this day. And that's why I still play COD. Back to your question of I don't know how you do it. So
I don't know. I will never understand. But I'm just not the type of person to play Call of Duty. I have played Call of Duty, and I do enjoy playing it with friends. I don't play it often at all. But the whole like community, I love hearing this from you because it's like you have a good community of people. It sounds like so you have people and friends that you play with and that they enjoy spending time with you. And you are hilarious, by the way. I mean, I played Repo with you and you're hilarious.
Nope,
you were hilarious in that. So
I'm not funny. I'm the most basic person ever. Nope.
Take the compliment and let's move
I'm
on.
not funny.
But it's great to hear that like even something that I don't necessarily like participate in, like Call of Duty, like the whole world of Call of Duty is something that I don't understand. But it's really awesome to hear that it's similar. It's you have a community of people that you have connected with, and you all have similar goals, and that's awesome. That's great.
But it's all about the world of content. And like, if you do things right, there's so many ways that you can do things wrong. You can indulge yourself in drama. You could start shit. You can be a rage-based poster. Like, there's so many things that you can do wrong. And I say it wrong because everything is content in some way, shape, or form. Even though it is content, it might not be content that I indulge in. But there are ways to do it right. So, and when I say by doing it right, we talk about consistency. Like, if you see yourself out there posting not posting content and streaming every day, you're not going to see growth, right? If you see yourself taking a whole bunch of time off of streaming and only posting content, you're not going to see growth unless you promote your Twitch channel or your YouTube or wherever you stream. But there are ways to do things right. There are ways to market yourself. There are ways to post. And like, when I say right, I mean it's right in comparison to you because everyone's journey is different. So what do you do to do things the right way?
To be perfectly honest with you, I don't think I do anything the right way.
And that's valid.
Like, I really don't. I really don't like like we were talking about earlier is like I do set aside time to like do clips and stuff, but like I'm not consistent when it comes to doing outside networking, like in posting clips and things. Like if something happens and I'm really excited about it, I'll post clips from like a specific stream. But I mean, the only thing that I'm consistent with is my Twitch schedule. And
Mhm.
that's really important to me because I love streaming live on Twitch. I love my community. I love talking to people. And if I'm doing anything right, quote unquote, and that's what I'm doing right, you know. So I just feel like, you know, there are things that I think that people can say, and like there are different things that you can do in order to like get into the algorithm and stuff. I personally, I don't really pay attention to any of that just because it's frankly too much for my brain to try and think about all of the different ways to post here and there and do all that stuff. But something that you said about getting involved in like drama and stuff, listen, I have no time for that. I am old and
Mhm.
I it's just I don't even have time for drama in my own life. Like I like if there's anything going on, I'm just like I don't even need to be a part of it at all. It's none of my business what's going on. You know, everything is content, yeah, and maybe some people are doing it, but that's not something that I want to be a part of, you
I
know.
agree.
I want to find people that I support and love and really truly enjoy their content and, you know, interact with them because I love what they do. But when it comes to like, yeah, the rage baiting and trolling and all that, that's just not something that I even pay attention to. I see the things coming through and like obviously like I'll click on the tweets and like look through and be like, what is this about? You know, and just kind of read just, but I don't engage, right? Like it's not something that I'm interested in. So
And
I don't
absolutely.
know, but
So the reason why I asked that question is because it's a trick question because there is no right way to do things.
right.
So, and
Yeah,
I
there
love your
isn't.
response to it because like there really genuinely is no right way to do something. It's your own journey, and if it works for you, then it is the right journey. So
Yeah.
that's my mentality on the whole thing. And I'm so sorry I did turn off
Yeah.
sound alerts, but if you come into my stream on like a typical COD day or like a typical like normal day, all my sound alerts, the Tangia stuff, the streamer chat stuff, like the Frosty Tool stuff, it's all gonna work. But so the reason why I say it's a trick question, and like you bring up the drama
Mhm.
point too, it's like I try to never put myself in drama. I try
You
to never put
don't
myself in
need
drama, but
to.
I don't have enough time. I work a full-time job, I work a part-time job, I
Yeah.
stream full-time, I make content full-time, but I'm working 96 hours a week in like 80 or like 6 or 78 hours a week. It's like
Mhm.
I'm trying to find ways to be more efficient. And to do that, there are tools that I have of the trade to help me. Like for example, Frosty Tools is one of them.
Love Frosty Tools.
As
I
you can
just started
see,
using them like
oh,
a month
so
ago and they're
good.
awesome.
So
Mhm.
one of the things that I use them for is their Highlight Hunter, and Highlight Hunter helps me find timestamps in my videos to post specific clips to genuinely do things. I also use OBS replay buffer at 90 seconds. So with the press of a button, I can have a clip saved. If there's something that I say in a podcast I like, all right, cool, boom, button, done. Now I have that
Mhm.
90-second clip and I can edit it down and do whatever I need to do at 55,000 CBR, download it, 4K high quality stuff. So like
Mhm.
there are tricks of the trade, things that I can do, things that people can do to help benefit themselves. I actually don't even have a whole lot of moderators. I have 3 moderators. I have Seabeck, I have Nick, and I have B-Town. And a lot of the times we're on completely opposite schedules. They're my moderators
Yeah.
because I trust them and I can throw things to them and I can receive the proper feedback from them on certain things that I do. Um,
Yes.
but I do a lot of the things that I do from automation perspective, being a tech nerd, and just random stuff that I do. So, what are things that you can do or tools that you have that might be able to make things a little bit easier to help avoid burnout?
Yeah, it's pretty much everything that you said. Like
Uh huh.
mix it up. I love mix it up, and there's so many different things that I can do and mix it up. Like automating shout outs when a raid happens. Like so, it's like you're talking about. You have moderators, and those people are amazing, and like you said, all of my moderators are the same. I know that if I throw something to them, they're going to give me the feedback that I need back. But they're not able to be in stream all of the time, and that's okay. That everybody has lives. So yeah, so there's the things that you can do that automate. I have the raid message that shouts everybody out as soon as they come in. It shouts out the streamer. The Frosty tools too, I just installed. That's awesome that they can like do a whole breakdown of what the person's stream was. But yeah, the same thing, like the clip it. I have a clip button on my stream deck, and it marks the stream. It says not necessarily making an actual clip, but it marks the stream. It puts a stream marker in there that I'm like, okay, when I go back to my VOD later and I want to be making clips, I can go back to that section and be like, oh, okay, what happened here?
I'll have to pick your brain on that because I need that in mind too for my VODs.
It's easy. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to do that for you and show you how to do that. But yeah, everything else though, like, I mean, there's so much work that goes into it. We were talking about audio before we started, and it's like all of the things in the process of operations that goes into it. It's like some things you just can't avoid, right? It's like I have to make sure that I open up Mix It Up, and then I have my headset on, and then I open up OBS, and then I open up this, and then there's just like blah, 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 and then, you know, the whole process that you have before stream that takes 15, 30 minutes. Some people take an hour beforehand and do all of their stuff. That's stuff you can't avoid, but any little things that you can do. I just introduced with Mix It Up, the ads that you were talking about that I play on my BRB screen. I thought it would be really cool to be able to like play those, like have VIPs and my moderators be able to pick which ones play. So I made them specific commands and chat so they can pick which ones they want to watch, like while I'm on BRB. So stuff like that, you know, and keeping chat engaged too. And then I don't have to think about like, okay, I'm going to play this and then I have to hide the source when I get back. It's like they can just, if they want to watch them, they can. But yeah, stream decks too. I have 3 different ones. And just like, honestly, like spending the time learning about your stuff, learning about OBS, learning about Meld, learning how your stream decks work, learning about watching YouTube videos on like your new camera that you get or whatever, and trying to find out, okay, how does my Rode microphone work? Like, well, how do I use that software? The more time you spend learning about your hardware and your software, the easier it will be to, when you go live, you just get second nature. Like, this is where this is. And, you know, taking the time to do that introspective work too, you know, like you were saying, like, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? How can I make this better? So it's a constant process, right? Like, we're always coming up with new ideas, and sometimes things spark that you didn't even think about before, that you're like, oh my God, that would make things so much easier. The advertisement thing I just came up with yesterday, and I had gone downstairs to get some water, and I was like, oh my gosh, it would be so cool if like someone else could like run the ads or whatever. So yeah.
So one of the things that I think is really cool, something that I see BB Jess do. BB Jess will like switch back to like the starting soon screen and be like, all right, well, we're just gonna reset. We're just gonna refocus. We're gonna rekindle. And it's one of the funniest things.
I love
and it's
it when
great.
she does that.
And like, so one of the things that I think you could do is like take those like you could take those advertisements and be like, you know what, I don't like this. We're gonna do a message to our sponsors and then like switch over to like whatever the scene is, or like whatever the audio thing is, and go from there. And like but the stuff that like that comes through some of the streamers' mind from a production standpoint is so cool. And like and when we talk about content and when we talk about trying to elevate ourselves, you could take things that somebody else does without stealing their idea, but implementing them in your own way. And I do that from when I talk to Shady, from when I talk to C-Preds, from when I talk to Steffi, from when I talk to all these like people who've done it before. Because YouTube is our best friend, and it'll teach us every bit of technology that we need to know because someone has done it in the past.
It's true. And inspiration comes from everything that you consume, right? Like, we're consuming content all of the time, and we're oftentimes consuming the same content and we don't even know. So something that I do on stream that might have been inspired from something that I watched, someone else might do on their stream, and they might have watched the same thing, and I just don't even know that, right? So, and it's like, don't copy people's ideas exactly, But yeah, you can take the things that you like from other people's streams. Like BB just has the most amazing produced stream I think
Yes.
ever. I'm
Yes, she
obsessed with
really
her. I love
does.
her so much.
She really,
But it's
really
like
does.
she, just to gush over her for a minute, she has like such a beautifully produced thing and she cares about it so much. She is somebody that I love to watch because she inspires me to do better. And I
Mhm.
don't have, all of the different camera angles and stuff, but it's like I take inspiration from her and her energy and the things that she does. And I'm like, I want to have the best produced show, whatever it is, the best produced show that I can do based on like what I can do, right? Like it's like, okay, how can I, take these ideas, like you're saying, like where she goes back to page one, things like that. Like it's like, just the cut and dry or the like deadpan humor sometimes, it's like you kind of like to take off of that. But
It's
yeah,
huge.
inspiration comes from everywhere. Yeah. I
So
freaking love BB Jess.
as content creators, also adding in 1 minute, guys, if you guys don't know, I also have a kick in a YouTube. Feel free to make sure you guys pop over there if you want to miss the ads. But so genuinely, like, when it comes to taking inspiration from other streamers, you're right, we consume content daily. We have to as content creators because we have to see what's working right for people, but we also have to experiment to see what's going right and what will work right for ourselves. And the world, the viewers, they will all see when you lose focus, or they will all see when you aren't. Where was I going with this? I had a really amazing point, and then I had the massive brain fart ADHD brain that I always have.
That's it.
But
ADHD, every single one of us has it as a streamer.
we all have it. But like
every single one of us.
So it's like when you have to take inspiration from others to be able to experiment with what's going right in your own stream and learning from that. That's why I say everything that we do is introspective work, and everything that we do, passion. That's what it was. Sorry.
Passion.
Everybody is going to see.
We made it. We came back around. Passion. Okay.
Everybody is going to see if you're not passionate about something. Now, why I went into podcasting more than I did with COD is because I am passionate about the entire world of content. Because there's so many different people, there's so many different ways to make content. There's never any right answer. And when you are truly passionate about something, you're going to make connections. People are going to want to watch. People are going to want to see it. And people are going to want to make things happen. I'm genuinely passionate about the podcast because I can take these conversations that I have with other people and I can learn from them, as well as share some of the mentalities that also might help them. I could pick things from what other people said, and I could pick things from what you said, and I could pick things that happen in my own unintelligent mind. And I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm very intelligent. And then
You
I
are
can
intelligent.
I know.
What the heck? What just happened?
So, I'm self-deprecating in a goofy way. It's just my content. I'm sorry. It is just who I am. So
I'm gonna work on that.
No, yeah, best of luck. It's
Everybody's
genuinely
journey's different.
Yes, but people will tell when you're passionate about something, and they'll want to be able to engage with that passion. And that's also why I post that content, because I want to show people what I'm passionate about. Like, there's so many different things. So what is your passion? What do you really want? What do you want to see yourself moving forward as a streamer and a content creator?
It's such a big question, and I think the answer to the question is exactly what you're talking about, is like the people. And like I really enjoy focusing on creators. I something that I've realized over the past like a couple of months and working on like the TwitchCon FOMO raid train, I think I really enjoy doing events with other streamers. Like I really enjoy bringing people together that get along and like that they become friends. Like I feel like I have a really good knack for creating spaces where people are able to connect and build genuine friendships and collaborations, whatever you want to call it. And I really I've been thinking about this a lot over the last couple of months. It's like, yeah, where is this going? What am I doing with this? It's like, yeah, I'm playing through the Zelda games and stuff, but like how do I make it more about people and more about, you know, making connections and stuff like that. And I do a podcast also, but it's like once a month. I call it Friendship and French Roast, and I really enjoy that too. I really enjoy focusing on like one other person, and I love origin stories. I loved hearing your origin story. Like I love hearing like how people got into streaming or whatever they're passionate about. I love hearing about that. And like you were saying, like people will gravitate towards what you're passionate about. And I think that's just really important to remember. Yeah, for sure. It's like, what are you passionate about, and how do you showcase that to people in a way that's, I guess, entertaining?
It's
You know?
huge.
So,
It's so
yeah.
important. And like the reason why this is called the PSP podcast is because it's called the Perc Spreads Positivity podcast. Because everything that I do, I want to spread positivity. I want to spread a positive message, and I want to make genuine connections. My goal as
Yeah.
a human, not just a creator, as a human being, is to make genuine connections and allow people to be comfortable with my personality. That's literally it. Because everyone keeps saying it, and I talk with my therapist about this all the time. So we're gonna say something, and a lot of people may not want to hear this. I don't like myself. I love myself, but I don't like myself. And
Yeah.
my therapist and I talk about this continuously, which is why I make self-deprecation jokes. It's literally why I make self-deprecating jokes. It is not a negative thing, and I don't want to do the whole, oh, you said something negative, say 3 things positive about yourself. Well, because my entire content is spreading positivity, because I don't like myself, but also because I love myself. So it's really, really a catch-22 and a weird mindset to have.
I
So
feel like that's such a streamer thing to say, because I feel like so many streamers, like all of us have an ego, right? We all do. We
No.
love being on camera. We love making content. We love the attention. That's so
no,
real, though,
no, you're
right?
you're
We
you're, you're
love it.
100% right. I'm just totally trolling.
Well, yeah,
But-
yeah, no. But it's like we love that, but also on the flip side of it, it's like we love the attention, but then I don't really like myself. Like I feel like I'm doing a lot better now, because like I also went through therapy, and also proud of you for going through therapy. That's awesome.
Oh, it's been a long time
but
coming. It's been
yeah,
like
that's
15 years plus. But
good. Proud of you.
Thank
No,
you.
that's great. That really is awesome. But like getting to a point where like you're confident in yourself is really tough, especially when it's just been, that's just the way you've always been, right? It's just this self-deprecating type of mindset. It's where we have big egos, but like when we're off camera, it's like we are really hard on ourselves. We are our own worst critics, and we are really, really getting down on ourselves. And I think that contributes to burnout. You know,
Yes.
you get super down on yourself, and you're beating yourself down so much that it's like, I have to do better. I have to do better. And then you try to do better, and then you're not seeing the results. And then it's just this vicious cycle that happens, and then you're burnt out.
Exactly.
So yeah, you have to take care of yourself, man. Like,
So-
oh man.
You mentioned the off-camera mindset, right? So I want to do something that is really funny, and I like to do this with people.
Okay.
What is your off-camera posture? I'll show you mine
My
first.
off-camera posture.
Yeah. So I'll show you mine. This is
Okay,
my
okay,
this is
okay,
my
okay.
off-camera posture.
Okay.
No, and the reason why I say that is because like we have to have time off the camera. We have to have time for ourselves and make time for ourselves. And I love seeing the off-camera posture because it's like a totally different mindset. Mine is also
Okay.
laying in bed, but I'm not going to take you guys to my bedroom.
Oh god, yeah, no, I'm 100%. I want to lay horizontal, like
Right.
that's please. No, it's probably like, I mean, I'm always like I got my blanket like way up here, and I'm like this is it,
I have one of those
close to the
somewhere.
camera. Like this is how I play Stardew Valley.
But it's how we all do offline. It's like when I play Minecraft. Like it's we slouch. We want to relax. It's
Love
like
Minecraft.
so. When it comes to like being a streamer, we have to put ourselves in a position to like make ourselves look good, not only from a physical perspective, but from a mental perspective, but from an emotional perspective. And we all have that off-camera posture, that off-camera mindset, that disassociation. Like,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
also not, but it's also not disassociation at the same time because we're fully associated in the actual game. What we do,
You're resting your brain though from the content creation for sure.
we're focusing full circle our brain. So I love making things go full circle. And like the whole point of this podcast is to talk about the focus that's needed as a content creator and a lot of things that people miss. And like, when we're a content creator, we have to take the time out of our schedules to do certain things, whether it be focus on an actual podcast, or whether it be focused on the editing, or whether it be focusing on the game. But we all have that gremlin posture. We all have that off time mindset. And like, it takes a lot. We wear a lot of hats. So I'm sorry. I love bringing this up in the world of content.
That's funny.
Right. So what distractions hit you the hardest that might cause you to lose that focus as a creator?
Oh,
I know that's a really interesting question.
Okay, that's an interesting question. What are my distractions? Wow. Okay, I have to think about this one for a second. Distractions. I go back to like TV, but I think I think like some distractions are like I think it might be a little bit of like discipline. Like I lack a little bit of discipline, and I get into this mindset of like, oh, I don't have to do that. Like I don't have to do that right now. Like I can watch one more episode of this show, or like I can do it tomorrow morning. Like I like the procrastination, I think. But I think a lot of that comes from I just going back to like burnout, not content creation related. I was in corporate America for 13 years. And I was burnt out. I was burnt out. I was go, 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 go constantly. And when I started slowing down, I really was just like allowing myself to take less time to do different things. And I really I got into this mindset where it was like, and I'm working on it now, and you know, trying to be better about getting the things done that I need to get done. But yeah, it's definitely like that mindset of like, oh well, I don't really have to, but you have to have discipline. You have to be like, okay, I am going to stream today. I don't feel like doing it, but I am going to turn myself on because I consider it a job. It is a job that I have to show up and be on camera. But giving into those times that it's like every once in a while, yeah, you need to take a day. Like you need to take a mental health day. If you've got a lot going on, like you said, you've been taking some time off because you have a lot of things going on in your life right now, and that's okay. And you have to do that sometimes. But when you're doing it to just be like, oh, I don't really need to, you know, I feel like that's a distraction. And so yeah, so that for me, it's definitely like sometimes I lack the discipline, and it's definitely with like the extra stuff like doing clips and going through VODs and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I don't really have to do that, but I mean, ultimately I should be doing that because I see results when I do that. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. And like,
but yeah,
I think you hit the nail on the head there, because my response to that question is procrastination. That is the biggest distraction. It's like, all right, cool. So I have to edit a bunch of things. I now need to make 40 shorts in a time span of 3 days. Why? Because I have 2 channels that I'm working on, and I haven't had the time to be here because I've been focusing on family stuff. So you have to remember that as a content creator, as a professional, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're working behind a camera, or playing Call of Duty, or playing Stardew Valley, or whatever the hell you're doing, we have to be professional, and we have to be professional to a perspective. For example, this podcast that I run, you see the utmost professionalism from me. And the reason why you see that is because it's not just about me. It's a collaboration that you and I are doing. I want to make you look just as good as I make myself look, even though it's not necessarily even about that. But it's about a positive interaction in the long run. And that's what we talk about with like collaboration. And we can have a whole freaking podcast itself on collaboration.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely. Right.
Here's the catch-22 chat and any streamers who are watching this. Collaborations don't necessarily help you grow. You want to know what they do? They help you make connections. And that's a whole different level of growth and a whole different mindset to have.
Absolutely.
So what distracts me the most is veering off my schedule, pushing back that editing time, pushing back and procrastinating certain things, and allowing myself to play that extra game of Call of Duty to get to Prestige 2 when I should be editing content. You know? It's stuff like that.
Yep, same. The same thing. That's so funny.
Right?
It feels good that you have the same that we have the same thing going on. That's so funny.
It
Not
is.
surprising though.
But well,
But
we all have it. Like every single content creator
Mhm.
has it. It's like, all right, so what should I really be doing? But then we have to
Mhm.
think of how can we optimize our schedule to put our best foot forward to do the things that we need.
Exactly.
And that's a whole mentality on itself. So,
Mhm.
do you think that focus in the world of content is about routines, or is it about the proper environment, or like what really contributes to focusing and putting our focus in the right spot?
I honestly, I really believe it's about routine. Like I think, and that's what I feel like with anything in your life is you have to have a routine. And we talked about ADHD a couple different times, but it's really, really hard for an ADHD person to stay in a routine. We love routine, but it's really hard to start a routine. And I
Hold on.
think that
On
that
that
might be
note, have
why.
you seen all of our streamer rooms? This is why we have ADHD. Like, look, I have a Pikachu with freaking sprouts on it back here. And like, we have ADHD. Like we all do as creators.
I like my things.
We love
I
our
like my
things.
stuff.
We want them in certain spots. That's why I have a whole desk full with shit that I shouldn't have. But anyways,
Yeah.
sorry, I just love touching on ADHD in the world of content creation. It's such a fun
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah, it's because we all have the same mentality. I really believe it. Like we
Wait,
love a
wait, muffin button.
routine. Oh my god! Wait. Oh my god, I have mine. Hold on. I have mine too.
Oh, you actually do. I forgot I gave that to the little perk button. Dude,
My
I can't
husband
tell
has
you.
my husband has his. He loves it. He
So on stream,
uses it all the
I kid
time.
you not, like when I'm on stream and I'm focusing on what I need to say next, I'm literally sitting there pressing a button on the desk, like just, it's like, but in a way that you can't hear it, but it's all
Yeah,
right.
I've got all sorts of trinkets and fidget toys.
Yeah, buddy, we love the fidgets. Not holding a fidget toy.
Oh,
We all do. We all do.
All of us.
Every
Every
single
one of
streamer
us.
has some like. Okay,
God.
and I bring up BB Jess again, but you think one of her fidget toys is her camera switching?
Probably.
The world might never know.
twiddler.
Yeah,
The thing's called a twiddler, like that in itself.
But like the
Probably.
world will never actually know.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Mhm.
You're right.
no, but anyways, ADHD veering off topic. All right, anyways,
yeah, that's what. Yep, literally. Great example.
right of where our focus should be. So, anyways, I'll let you
Yeah.
get back to the question of where our
Yeah.
focus should be.
Yeah, definitely routine and saying like that we love a routine, but it's really hard for us to stay in a routine. And I think that that's one of the things that I love about Twitch and live streaming is I have a consistent schedule with it, and it's something that I can count on and something that I can look forward to, all technical issues aside.
Yes.
But it's the same thing. It's not the same every single time, but I can keep a routine with it. So it's like it's feeding that, like I need that serotonin, I guess. Is that what it is? Where you where you get gratification and satisfaction because it's different. The
Who's
conversations are different every
serotonin?
time.
Is she some?
Huh?
Do I know her?
No, but you might. I don't know, actually. So,
I'm sorry, it's one of my favorite jokes. Like, who's serotonin? Have I met her?
I don't know. Actually, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know her either.
But another thing that I
yeah.
wanted to add to is the best type of content is the when we let our ADHD go.
100%.
Because like when it comes, even in podcasting, like we will change subjects like that, like super quick.
Mhm.
And like it's allowing our ADHD to take over and allowing us to actually use the some things that people think might be negative and turning it into
Mhm.
that positive, because it lets people see the
Absolutely.
real you.
Yeah, and that's the genuine, authentic self
Boom.
that we talk about. That it's like that's what is going to, in my opinion, that's what's going to make you successful. Is if you are your genuine self and you present yourself in the way that you actually are, you're going
Mhm.
to make genuine connections with people that view the world the same way that you do, and that's the best success that you can have is finding your people.
Yes, and I couldn't agree more. And like, that's another thing that I say in every podcast episode is the world of content is what you make it, but the only way you can truly make it your own is by being your truly authentic and enthusiastic self. And I can't stress
Mhm.
that enough. Amaze posted an incredible Twitter post the other day talking about, you want to be successful in content? Here, this is what you need to do. And like, I quoted that because like genuinely the stuff that he said was spot on. And like, we just have to be ourselves no matter what happens, no matter who it is, no matter why we want to do it. We have to be ourselves. And that's why when it comes to focus and putting our focus in the proper place, like you said, routines, being in the proper environment and allowing yourself that mental clarity, that's going to allow yourself to go back and go in the right direction and revisit, full circle, the reason why you started streaming in the first place. To allow yourself to motivate yourself to push forward and make even better content moving forward.
Yeah, and regaining that focus based on why are you here? It's like, okay, now I can get focused again because this is what's important to me.
Exactly. And like, one of the coolest things when it comes to content is we get pulled in a million different directions. We're gonna get pulled in a million different directions. And one of the biggest things that I like about the podcast is like, I've spoken to people that have 5 followers. I've spoken to people who have 5 million followers, and we could see so many different mentalities of streaming, and everybody's topics of conversation are genuinely valid and something that's really cool. And that's why I love having this podcast put together. Because we get different mentalities from everyone, but we get pulled a million different directions in a million different ways. Our DMs are cluttered with, I'm a graphic designer, please use my fake stuff. Or our DMs are cluttered with, hey, I want to collaborate with you. I want to do this. I want to put this thing forward. And we have to manage from an administrative side, not only that, but the regular friendships that we have. And that's why, like, I can straight up message you at any time, and I know you'll respond when you can, but we don't have to converse every single day. And a lot of people think that, like, in order to get close to someone, you have to converse every single day. That's not true. You converse when it's convenient and when it makes sense and when you have something to actually discuss.
Right.
So.
No, exactly.
So, again, like, the focus and discipline that's needed in a content creator is pretty much just allowing yourself to not get overwhelmed with the small things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really easy to get caught up on that, and especially like technical things that are out
Yep.
of your control. That's something that I struggle with. And it's like, you are not a failure because your audio is not working. You are not a failure because your ISP goes out. Like, it's not your fault.
It
You know,
happens.
so it happens. It happens. And I personally am really hard on myself when that happens. And I'm like, this is my job. Like, this shouldn't be happening. But it's like, there are things that are completely out of your control that you just have to accept and just let it go, because otherwise that stuff will compile up and contribute to burnout for sure.
So I work in technology in my main line of work. And one of the things that I've learned to do before every stream, before even hitting the live button, is running an internet speed test. There has been a podcast, I'm not going to say who, that I purposely canceled at that, or postponed, because of my internet. And then I told them, I'm like, hey, this is a me thing. I need to refocus my energy, but let's reschedule this. And I only rescheduled it because of my internet was not going to allow me to stream. There's things that are outside of our control. And like, there are certain things that like we have to do as creators to be able to manage certain situations. But like, if you allow yourself to get bogged down by the things that we can't control, it's just gonna push us down instead of allowing us to break through and stand up.
Exactly. 100%.
So
Absolutely.
this is another question that I really, really like to ask creators is, what is your go-to reset ritual when everything feels off?
Wow, I don't think I have one.
That's valid.
I
That's
don't think I
okay.
do. I really don't think I do. Yeah, when things happen, I think that's something that I need to do. Like, I need to figure that out. I need to figure out like a reset,
But do
because
you
I think
though?
I just maybe not. I just crash out. I crash out when I
Hey,
my
there's
reset. I
nothing wrong with
crash out on
crashing out.
stream. I cry and I crash out, and then I end stream, and then I'm like, okay, I'm fine now.
Crash outs are valid
I
though.
cry. I crash out and cry. That's my reset.
Hey, crash outs are valid. One of the things that I do for myself is just I play Minecraft. I straight up, like, what I do is I will put myself in a game that I don't typically play, or I'll play New World. I'll play an RPG or an MMO, and I will put myself in that mentality where it's like I'll play a game that I can focus on it by myself with myself. And
New World? I know
play New World.
we gotta talk.
Sure. By all means, I'm level 44 in New World right now, and I'm just.
My God, they're like leaving. Like I haven't looked at the news about it in
Yeah.
a while, but they're like they're
leaving.
They're quitting, or they're leaving.
Uh-huh.
But last I heard, I thought that Pal World was looking to buy them or something. But anyway, we can talk about
will
that.
see. I have a feeling what's going to
New World.
happen is Ubisoft is going to buy them. I have a feeling that's what's
Okay.
going to happen.
I
But
hope that someone buys them. New World is a great game.
It is a
I don't care what
phenomenal
anybody
game.
says. It is a fantastic game.
And like I will play certain games that will allow me to focus on myself and only focus on myself. Like, one of the funniest things was, actually, this was really goofy. I'm sitting in a random Hypixel world, right? So I go into Hypixel and like I just kind of like goof around, like do some funny Minecraft stuff, and then I run into like, I don't want to say their name, but I run into a fellow streamer. And they're like, wait, is this like percussive, like actually percussive? And they type in chat, and I'm like, maybe. Who's asking? So we ended up connecting over the fact that we played Minecraft and we're kind of making new things, and it was really cool. But like,
That's cool.
as I typically play COD, and everyone knows me for my COD content, and everyone knows me for my podcast content, and no one's gonna think that they're gonna find me on Warcraft or New World or like, you know, stuff like that.
Man, I love New World.
League of Legends.
I'm like, New World.
I love New World. I really hope they get bought.
I do too. I really hope that they are able to continue, because I think that game it's great. It's huge, and they still can do so much with it. And I don't know. I like an MMO. I think
Absolutely.
that they're super fun. So
MMOs are amazing. So what advice would you give to new creators who don't know the nonstop hustle that they're getting themselves into?
don't do it. Turn around. Turn around. Don't do it. No. No. I think that I don't think that I don't think I'm a person to give advice. Like, it's like we keep saying, like, everybody's journey is different.
Right.
But I think it's really important to focus on what we're talking about, is like, why do you want to do this? Because it can be whatever you want it to be. If you just want to sit on your couch and stream from your Xbox or whatever and have a camera sitting on your couch, that's fine if that's what you want it to be. But you have to make sure that you're managing your expectations. Like, if you're putting the work into it, you're going to see results. And if you're putting the effort into people and you're building a community, you're going to see results. But if you think that this is just you hit go live and you're going to become freaking Shroud, like, that's not what's going to happen. Like, that's a horrible expectation. So
if you do that, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
You're doing it for the wrong reasons. Absolutely. So it's really important to just manage your expectations for it. This is a job. So it's not just, I think, especially with like the younger generation coming into this and, you know, I want to be a YouTuber. It is a job. It's a very, I think it's a real thing that kids can aspire to be, but it's not easy. Like, this is not an easy job, and it is a full-time job, and you're going to have another full-time job on top of this full-time job in order to get started. But yeah, you have to manage your expectations, understand your why, and you don't need the best equipment right away. You don't need to spend a ton of money. Get a Logitech C1920, whatever they are. Get that. Put it on your laptop, get your phone and stream live from your phone, and see if it's something that you even like doing before you invest in it.
I agree.
So yeah, don't spend a bunch of money, and like, why do you want to do this?
So a couple things, and then I'll answer the question of the hustle nonstop for new and aspiring creators. But
yeah.
Any guesses on what my first stream is? I'll give you
How
a hint.
long ago did you stream?
Well, technically I started streaming before COVID, but not but when it
Okay.
comes to Twitch and in like YouTube and stuff, I've been streaming for 5 years
Okay.
after COVID purposely.
Okay. Let me think about this. It wasn't Call of Duty.
It wasn't Call of Duty. This is
And
a good question. Chat, you can say something too.
I'm
can guess too.
willing to venture out and say that it's not Minecraft either because you've
Nope.
mentioned it a couple of times. So it's probably something really obscure. Roblox is not. No, it can't be that.
It
What
wasn't a
the
video
heck?
game.
What did you do? You just what did you do? Do you
So-
just chatting? Like your first stream, you just chatted?
So
What did you talk about?
My first stream, I was on my phone on this website called Scout. And I went live, and there are these things called diamonds, and everyone was starting to do diamonds, and my name was I'm not giving that name because I don't want people to search that name. But
Sure.
so I actually deleted that entire content because then after that I made a TikTok account, and it was I forget what the hell the name was before TikTok.
Musically.
Yeah, Musically. So I was on Scout, and then I went to TikTok, and I started doing live streams from TikTok, and I had a dancing TikTok profile that hit 10K. And then I ended up removing that. So my first stream was on my phone, using my phone camera from a front-facing camera and talking to people on Scout. I am very, very
Yeah.
sorry if your message got deleted. I am so sorry. That was literally due to Nightbot doing an auto mod for anything, but it's a music.ly for those who didn't see it. But anyways, yeah, it was Musically, it was me being on a camera. It was literally me doing a whole bunch of different items and just chatting, just talking about life and talking about other people who would join. And I would start genuine interactions that way. And then I eventually turned into a TikTok account that had 10K plus followers that I used through
awesome.
COVID. And then I deleted that persona entirely myself because I didn't want to be known as that person. And then I started video gaming, and I started playing a lot more Call of Duty. And then I went into actual, like, the percussive persona. I don't want to call it a persona. The percussive
I understand
brand.
what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
And
for sure.
when it comes to new and aspiring creators who don't know the hustle that they're getting into, my recommendation would be, number one, take a marketing course. Take an online marketing course. Because a lot of people don't understand SEO, and a lot of people don't understand how to properly push themselves. And a lot of people don't understand how to properly promote themselves on Twitter and what words to use, and no, they're not hashtags. So there is a way that you can take a video that's like, I hit a headshot in Call of Duty. How many people you think are gonna comment in watch and say things? The answer is like maybe one or two. But if you say, this headshot in Call of Duty turned heads, it's a different hook. It's a different mindset. People are going to be like, wait a second, you hit a headshot? What? Everyone hits a headshot. Why would this make people turn heads? It's SEO. And you can use the metrics that you find on specific sites to be able to reword your hook to allow people to watch your video. So number one, make it a marketing course. Number two, post content consistently. And number three, once you find your groove and understand editing and posting content and posting the content that you like, then start hitting the go live button, and people will go from your videos over to your Twitch. And then your favorite streamers will be like, wait, oh my God, you stream on Twitch? And then you'll start making connections that way. Because there's a lot that you can do prior to going into it. So
yeah, there's a lot for sure. And I think, yeah, it's all really good advice. And I think that the marketing course is really interesting, and I think I should take one. But now I think that we keep saying this, like everybody's journey is different, right? So it's like now I'm in a position where it's like I think I do need to take a marketing course. I need to understand how I'm supposed to be pushing myself out, because my focus has shifted,
Mm-hmm.
from being, just very like hobby oriented to I'm focusing on this as a job. But I had to learn that. I had to learn that that was what I wanted to be doing and why I wanted to be here. So yeah, just asking yourself what is it that you want? What is the ultimate goal, and having that in mind. But also, like, if you just want to hit go live and just not have anything happen in
Do
your
it.
stream, like that's fine. Do it.
Yes.
If that's what you want, then do it.
100%. And we say this over and over, everyone's journey is different, because I'm not saying that like everyone's specific journey should be post content before you go live, but my
Yeah.
advice would be, if you want to seriously allow yourself to grow,
Yes. Mhm.
to start with content and then allow yourself that, like, perfect one thing before you move on to another, because like we said before, our ADHD brains are going to pull us in a million different directions.
You can get really convoluted in doing too many different things at once, and like you're learning how to edit at the same time that you're perfecting your live stream and you're adding things to your live stream. And it's like, oh, okay, I need to be editing my vods after the fact, and then it just gets to be too much, and then you get burnt out after trying to do too many things at the same time and
Mm-hmm.
learning too many things at the same time. Whereas, like, I think it's really great advice. Perfect a skill and then move on to the next thing.
Because we're all our own audio engineers, we are all our own video
Mhm.
engineers, we are all our
Yep.
own video editors, we are all our own um production managers, scene transitioners, uh marketing professionals. The hats that a single streamer wears on a day-to-day basis are things that people in the corporate world have entire departments to do, and then they
Absolutely.
separate that. And it's not all
Mhm.
marketing, it's not all that stuff, but there is a lot that goes into social media, there's a lot that goes into understanding how things should be pushed and how things can be pushed, and
Mhm.
how to properly and effectively hit an algorithm. um
Mhm.
I never want to have my content fully blow up, or else I would have done an entirely different route. Everybody's
Mhm.
goal as a creator is different. My goal as a creator is very bare bones basic on a specific level. It was only
Mhm.
recently that I made the decision that I'm like, all right, cool. I want to kind of make this a little bit more of a focus and kind of change my mindset. So,
Yeah.
and I haven't actually had a time to implement my game plan for that yet. And the reason why I say that is because my game plan for allowing myself to grow is entirely content oriented.
Mhm.
So, and this can be different for other people. I watch a lot of different streamers, I watch a lot of different professionals, and I watch a lot of different people who have made it their own. The moment you make yourself and allow yourself to be happier is the moment that you're going to actually grow. So,
Mhm.
do the things to make yourself happy so that people can enjoy that, to allow yourself to take that next step and grow.
Mhm. And you'll attract the people that you actually want there, I think,
Mm-hmm.
instead
And
of trying to pretend to be somebody that you're not.
this is why we keep going back to being your enthusiastic, authentic self. Don't just be a
Mhm.
Call of Duty creator that, or don't just be the random Call of Duty creator that somebody's not going to remember the next time. Be
Mhm.
that creator that someone is going to remember for the rest of their lives, with everything that you
Mhm.
say, with everything that you do. And that is
Mhm.
going to be how you grow.
Mhm.
Yeah, be you, and the
Yep,
right people will
absolutely.
come.
Exactly. Exactly.
Enthusiastic, authentic, and that's going to allow yourself to grow. So
Mhm.
so for the last question that we have on the podcast today, and I ask this thing to everybody, what is one thing that you wish you knew when you first started streaming?
I wish I would have known how much I was gonna love it and how much it was gonna be important to me. And I think I would have maybe done things a little bit differently at the very beginning, in a way that it's like putting my whole heart into learning all of the different stuff. Whereas it's like I think it's been a slow burn for me over the past 5.5 years, that it's like I wish I would have been able to give myself the time to learn more in the beginning. So it's like I feel like I have a lot of knowledge now, but I feel like I could be way further along now than I am, if I had just taken the time. So,
And my answer to that question is, one thing that I wish I knew that when you fully started streaming is to post the content that you want to post. Do the things that you want to do. Don't allow the market to manipulate you. Allow you to choose the direction that you want to go. And only that is going to allow you to be your truly authentic self. And only that is going to allow you to be the person that you truly want to be. Because streaming in a world of content is an entirely different world. We have everybody from different facets. We have IRL content niches. We have Call of Duty niches. We have Stardew niches, Minecraft niches, video game niches. We have rage bait niches. We have the world of content is vast, and there's so much involved in it. There's so many items that you can do. Find what works for you. Find what you enjoy doing. And only that is where you're going to be truly successful, because your passion is going to ring true for everything that you want to do. So, lady, thank you so much for joining. It was a pleasure to talk with you today. You're an amazing person, an amazing streamer. And chat, if you are not following LadyAmelthea, please make sure you are doing that. You can do that with a link in the bio here. And if you guys enjoyed this conversation and it really hit home for you, remember this. Your brain is a muscle. Rest is a strategy. Burnout doesn't define you, but your content does. So allow yourself to be the best you that you can possibly be. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time on the PSP podcast, let's go.